Bella sat in the corner of the small clay house, her hands resting on her empty lap. Outside, the Hamilton wind blew dust across the village, but inside everything was still, too still. The walls, once filled with the laughter of dreams and baby songs, now echoed only with silence. She had once been called Mama Twins by neighbors before the twins died in their sleep 3 days after naming. Before that, it was Mama Ejima, and before that, the one who brings dead babies. People had stopped calling her Bella long ago. Now, even she forgot her name sometimes. Her husband, Obina, had left 3 years ago. No notes, no goodbye. Just didn't come back from the farm one day. They said he was now living with a woman in Ower who had given him 2 sons in 1 year. And he came back and became a nuisance, always drinking and beating her. Bella did not cry when she heard it. She just cleaned the floor and cooked soup like always. The room she sat in was meant to be the nursery. The small cradle made from raffia wood was now broken at the leg. The clothes she had sewn for her last child, Chikamso, were still folded in a calabash under the bed. Chikamso had only lived 5 days. They buried him under the mango tree, beside his 2 brothers and a sister whose name Bella had stopped saying. Villagers whispered that she was cursed, that her womb was a river of death, that the gods had turned their backs on her. Even her own mother once said, "It's not normal, Bella. Something is following you." But Bella had not given up. Not yet. Somewhere deep in her chest, between pain and stubbornness, hope still breathed. And then, one night, a woman came to her door. A stranger, old, bent, and dressed in black. Her eyes glowed like fireflies in the dark. The woman didn't knock. She simply stood in front of Bella's door like she had been waiting for years. "Who are you?" Bella asked, her voice thin. "I am the one they don't call," the woman answered. "But I come when pain reaches its final place." Her voice was dry like the sound of old leaves. She stepped inside without permission and sat on the floor. Bella didn't argue. Something in the woman's eyes made her forget how to say no. "I have heard your cry, Bella," she said. "I have seen your sorrow, but your tears are not ordinary." Bella frowned. "What do you mean?" "You are not cursed, but you are not living among only the living." The room grew cold, though there was no wind. Bella's heart beat faster. "Your children died not because of your womb, but because something else wants them, something that follows you." Bella stared at her, terrified. "What follows me?" The woman didn't answer. She reached into her wrapper and pulled out a small black gourd. "When your next child comes," she said, "you must not carry him the way others do. You must back him upside down, head to the ground, legs to the sky." Bella's eyes widened. "That's madness." "If you don't, the thing will take him too." Bella wanted to scream, to throw the woman out. But deep inside, something in her mother's voice echoed again. "Something is following you." The woman stood, slow, like a shadow rising. "You will understand when the time comes," she said, and walked out into the night. Weeks passed. Bella thought the woman had been a dream. Maybe grief had started playing tricks on her mind. But then one morning she woke up with bile in her throat and pain in her back. The signs were too clear. She was pregnant. She did not smile. She did not cry. She sat for 2 hours in silence, staring at her feet. Her hand moved slowly to her stomach, as if scared to touch it. Could this one live? She didn't tell anyone. The last time, villagers came to laugh when the baby died. This time, she kept quiet like a stone in a river. As the months passed, the child grew strong inside her. She felt Kick's powerful ones. This one wanted to live. She could feel it. She began to hum songs again, not too loud, just enough for the baby to hear. She would say things like, "I'm here," and "I won't let anything take you." Then, one afternoon while washing clothes at the stream, Bella saw something move in the water. Not a fish, not a shadow, a hand. Pale, childlike fingers reached up from beneath the water, then vanished. Bella screamed and dropped the basin. The other women rushed to her. Snake? They asked. No, Bella said. Just dizzy. But she wasn't dizzy. She had seen it. And that night, she remembered the woman in black. You are not living among only the living. When labor began, it was not like before. The pain came like thunder, rolling in waves. Bella screamed until her throat bled. She was alone in the room. Nobody came to help. She didn't call anyone. As she pushed, the oil lamp flickered and went out. Darkness swallowed everything. She heard a voice slow, familiar. Do not carry him the way others do. Then a scream, not hers, a high-pitched cold sound, like metal breaking. She pushed one last time, and the baby came. A boy, strong, crying, alive. Bella wept, shaking, clutching the boy to her chest. Please leave, she whispered. She did not sleep that night. She stayed awake, watching the baby breathe. At dawn, she remembered what the woman had said. And though it made no sense, though it went against everything she knew, Bella turned the wrapper and tied the child on her back upside down. His head rested near her waist, his legs pointed to the sky. It felt wrong, unnatural, but deep inside, something felt right. That day, the same neighbor who lost her 2-year-old daughter last month passed Bella on the path. The baby lived? She asked, shocked. Bella nodded. The woman looked at the strange way Bella carried him and frowned. Why are you carrying him like that? Bella looked her straight in the eye, so that death cannot find his face. The village did not take long to notice. Children began to follow Bella, laughing and pointing. Mama, upside down, they called her. Wicked woman, you want to kill your baby? Adults stared. Some insulted her. Others threw small stones when she passed. One day, the chief's second wife confronted her near the market. What you're doing is not just strange, it is evil. That baby could die from blood rushing to his head. Bella said nothing. You will answer to the elders, the woman continued. You are not above tradition. That night, the elders summoned her. Old men with red caps sat in a circle, chewing bitter cola and spitting on the floor. Bella stood before them, baby still tied upside down on her back. Why do you shame our people with this madness? One elder barked. Bella took a deep breath. Because all my children died, but this one has lived 1 week, and the woman in black told me to carry him this way. They murmured, What woman? I don't know her name, Bella said. She came when I had nothing left, and now my son is breathing. The oldest elder narrowed his eyes. Did she wear a necklace of cowrie shells? Bella nodded. The room went quiet. That woman, the elder said slowly, was buried 20 years ago. Bella could no longer sleep. Every creak in the night, every shadow outside her window filled her with fear. But the baby whom she had named Obichukwu thrived. He laughed, he kicked, he smiled even while upside down. It had been a month. Bella began to believe again. One night, she stepped outside to cool her feet. The moon was high, and fireflies danced like stars near the mango tree. Then she saw them three small figures standing beneath the tree. Children. Their eyes glowed. Their skin was pale. Their feet didn't touch the ground. She knew them, her twins, Chikamso, and the one she had never named. They stared at her, not in anger, but longing. One raised a hand and pointed at her back at Obichukwu. Bella gasped. No, she whispered. You cannot have him. The children didn't move. They simply faded, melting into the wind. Bella ran inside and lit every oil lamp she had. She clutched Obichukwu close, even while he slept upside down. And from that moment, she knew it wasn't just about how she carried her child, it was about who she was carrying him away from. It started with dreams. In them, Bella would be walking through the forest, her back heavy with Obichukwu. But suddenly, he would vanish, and her wrapper would come undone. She'd scream, searching the ground, but all she'd find were tiny footprints leading into darkness. Then she'd hear them voices. Give him to us. He belongs with us. Bella began praying every hour. She sprinkled salt in corners of the room, rubbed camphor on her body, and tied red threads around Obichukwu's wrists. But still, the dreams returned. One day, she visited the village shrine. The priest looked at her with pity. Your womb is open on both sides, he said. What does that mean? She asked. One side brings life, the other calls the spirits of the dead. Your children keep falling through the wrong side. Bella's voice trembled. So how do I close it? The priest handed her a clay bowl with white chalk inside. At the next full moon, take the baby to the place where you first saw the woman in black. Draw this mark on his forehead. Then bury your placenta there again. Speak no words until sunrise. Bella held the bowl tight. That night, the moon was full and red like fire. Bella wrapped Obichukwu tightly and began the journey to the forest's edge. It was the same place she had seen the strange woman months ago. As she walked, the wind howled, trees swayed like they were whispering secrets, and her wrapper flapped like it wanted to fly off her body. She found the spot under an iroko tree. Kneeling, she placed Obichukwu on the ground, gently still upside down, and drew the chalk mark on his forehead. Then she dug. The soil was dry but soft. Soon she reached the old burial spot. The smell hit her of blood, salt, and something older than death. She placed her hands on the earth and whispered, I give back what was taken. Suddenly, the wind stopped. The air grew still. Then the ground shook lightly once, twice. From the shadows, figures began to appear. Children again, dozens, all pale, all floating, all silent. Bella shut her eyes. She did not move. She did not scream. She simply bowed her head and waited. And then she felt warmth. A hand touched hers, not cold like the others. This one was soft, alive. She opened her eyes. Obichukwu was smiling. The children were gone. The moon above began to fade. The next morning, Bella walked back into the village. She carried Obichukwu in her arms, not on her back, not upside down. People stared, confused. But something had changed. The air around Bella felt heavy, powerful. The birds didn't chirp. The dogs did not bark. As she passed the chief's compound, the old elder stepped out again. He looked at her for a long time, then said, He will live. Bella's heart skipped. You've walked through the shadow world, he added, and returned. The spirits no longer chase you. Tears filled her eyes. For the first time, she allowed herself to believe it. Obichukwu grew stronger with each day. He said his first word at 8 months. He walked before he turned 1, and not once did he get sick. Bella smiled again, cooked again, sang again, but she never forgot. She still slept with salt under her pillow, still whispered prayers before dawn, not out of fear but respect, because she had seen what most mothers never see, and survived it. 10 years later, a boy ran through the village, carrying firewood on his head. Strong, cheerful, and quick with jokes, Obichukwu was loved by all. But people still whispered behind his back. That's the boy who was backed upside down for 10 years. They said his mother saw ghosts. One day, Obichukwu asked, Mama, why did you carry me like that? Bella looked at him, her eyes soft. Because I loved you more than tradition. More than pride, more than fear. He nodded. But didn't people laugh? She smiled. They did, but the spirits weren't laughing. They were watching, waiting, and I refused to lose you. He looked at her for a long time. Then, I'm glad you were brave. Bella touched his cheek. My son, there are things in this world we can't explain, but a mother's love is stronger than any spirit, curse, or death. Later that night, he told his friends the story, not in shame, but with pride. And so, the tale of Bella, the woman who backed her child upside down, was passed from mouth to mouth, not as madness, but as mystery, as miracle. And they stopped calling her cursed. They started calling her Emma Endu, Mother of Life.